What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining us at Old Gory Red Report, a supporters channel by the supporters for the supporters. In this video, we'll be talking about Saturday's big home match against OKC Energy FC, and we'll also discuss how you can win free tickets for you or your friends to Saturday's match that also gives you free entry to the California State Fair. Coming at you next.
Let's go! Sacramento!
Thanks again, everybody, for joining us. KCJ, myself, Mark Anthony. We're going to be talking about Saturday's big home match against OKC Energy FC. So giddy up, get on your horse, get down to Papa Murphy's Park this Saturday. Yeah. We'll also talk about how you can win free tickets to the game. If you can't make it, you can always tag your friends in our videos, and maybe they'll want to go to the State Fair and a great home game. So
fun for all.
Yeah, let's jump into it. Republic, 2 big wins on the road last week. They're feeling really good. We're feeling great about our prospects on Saturday. But before we get into our team, let's talk a little bit about OKC. They started off the season absolutely terrible.
Absolutely terrible.
2 wins, a draw, and 10 losses to start the season. That's not how you want to start out of the gate.
That's a tough spell of games, if you would.
I feel like we would probably lose our minds if it was our team that started off that way.
That would be tough.
But you know what? They've had a great recent run of form. They now sit at 6 wins, 3 draws, and 10 losses. So they're only 7 points out of the last playoff spot as we stand right now. They've turned it around a little bit. Anything that you've noticed of their recent run of form that makes you think that they might come in and give us some problems?
Well, they've been using the wings really well, and they've been going at teams really well. They put up more goals in the last few games than they did in those 10-game spell. So they've really been connecting with the back of the net, and I think that's going to be key for them on this, is they really are turning that -9 goal differential back around a little bit by adding a few goals into their game. But that being said, I still think we can go there. They did get a big win against Vegas, 6-4. That will boost their confidence. They are coming off of a couple clean wins, but so are we. We're at home. I think the confidence will be flowing for both teams on this one just after the recent games they've had.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, they just won their last game 6-4. No, that is not a baseball score. That actually happened.
Yeah, what a game it was.
6-4. I believe 7 of those goals were scored in the second half, too. It was a ridiculous scoreline. With Vegas, you can always expect the unexpected. So, but OKC has been scoring goals, like you said. They've actually scored at least 1 goal in their last 10 games. So, like you mentioned, they're turning around their goal differential. It could be a tough game. What do you kind of expect from their attack? Is there anybody that we should kind of pay attention to or focus on?
Well, like I was kind of talking about, they do play a lot on the wings. They have Dixon playing out on the right, and Saja, I think his name is, playing out on the left. They do like to play fast. They play a 4-2-3-1, kind of like we do. So we're very familiar with those wing backs also getting up there, putting crosses in. They have a good forward in Christian Veloski. He's putting in 3 goals already this season. They do seem to be ramping up like we kind of talked about. So those are going to be 3 key guys to kind of watch for, and for our defenders to kind of hold back on this one and kind of keep them clean and quiet.
Yeah, and like you said, 10 games in a row where they've scored at least a goal. So we have 2 shutouts in the last 3 games, but I do think that, like you mentioned, with the confidence that they've built, especially in their last game where they put 6 on the board, I think it will be a challenge for us. So despite the standings, it looks like this might be an easy win for us, but I think it'll be a tougher game.
With their run of form, it'll be a tough game.
Yeah, one thing I do want to mention is their starting keeper, Van Oekel, 64% save percentage, not the best. They did put in their backup keeper last game against Las Vegas. He gave up 4, so I expect Van Oekel to get the start against us. I don't know if you're putting in your backup keeper 2 games in a row after he gives up 4.
Especially after 4. Your first-team keeper might not be in the next game after 4.
Yeah. So I expect it to be a tough game for the guys, but I do expect us to come out and really assess our dominance. One thing about us playing at home, we haven't won since June 6th, and that was the Open Cup game at home. We have not won a home game since June 6th. Our last USL home game win was June 2nd against Orange County, and it seems like it was last spring. You know, I mean, it seems like the entire season has changed, right? But yeah, so that's one thing to keep in mind. We haven't had a recent good run at home, but hey, now I think we might change a little bit.
The momentum is changing.
Yeah, get back on track. So, what do you expect to see from our team going into this game?
You know, I honestly think the coach has found something that he thinks is working. He's got Isley up front being the hold-up man, playing good wing like we talked about in the 4-2-3-1 kind of formation. I think Iwasa's been stellar, playing a little bit farther back, grabbing the ball and moving up with it. I don't think he's going to change much heading into this next game. This team right now has got the momentum. There may be a player shift here or there just to get some rested legs into the game, but I don't think we'll see too much difference from what the coach is doing on this one.
Yeah, you're right. You know, when you come off 2 wins on the road, especially in the fashion that we just came from, I mean, it's hard to change the lineup, right? Like, Isley got 2 starts, we got 2 wins. You know, maybe he didn't score in both games or anything like that, but obviously something worked. So with that being said, I wouldn't be surprised to see like the same Isley-Iwasa combination up front. Or, you know, we might revert back to Iwasa and maybe with a guy like Matty Josic underneath him. But it'll be something to see. I think Clemento will also get another start, but I expect mostly the same sort of lineup.
Yeah, maybe Hall stepping back in from off it, taking that captain role back up again. But
yeah, I would expect Hall to get back in there, maybe with Villarreal. Yeah. Cool. So if you haven't already, if you're new here, please subscribe to the channel. Again, we have 2 tickets to give away for Saturday. It also gets you that free entry, so you can make a whole day out of it. You can go to the fair earlier in the day and then head on out to the park for the game at 8 o'clock. If you're interested in those tickets, comment below what you think the scoreline will be. We're going to give our prediction here in a minute. But please give us your score prediction. If you cannot make the game, you can always tag somebody in our Facebook post who might be interested. Yeah. But with that said, Casey, what's your prediction for the game?
Well, like you said, they are a team that has been putting goals in recently, and I don't want to count them out, but I'm going to. 2-0 is going to be mine. I think we're going to another clean sheet, giving the boys, 4 clean sheets in a row, I think it is. So, 2-0. We're going to win this one at home, get the momentum rolling again.
All right. I do think that OKC, with their 10 games in a row scoring a goal, I think they'll score again, but it won't be enough because we're going to win 3-1.
3-1.
3-1.
The third 3-goal victory
I'm feeling it. Yeah. I'm feeling another 3-goal. What do you guys think? You guys ready for another 3-goal game at home?
Would love to see it.
All right, guys. Well, thanks again for joining us. Keep in mind, we're going to have another video for you this week that we're going to break down our top 5 SRFC players of all time in our predictions, in our opinions, I should say. So keep on the lookout for that, and that's when we'll do our raffle winner for the World Cup. But thanks for joining.